I am training them interactively. What do I mean by that? There's a live class.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a format that I would say very um, workable,
Mm-hmm.
because this is being a virtual assistant. You should have the skills.
Mm-hmm.
You should have check. This is why I don't believe those 149ers courses out there.
149er.
Sorry.
Like
Yeah,
a
I'm
like
seeing a lot of
recorded
Oh,
modules.
yeah,
Jolly Say.
Yeah.
wherein
Okay.
you
It sounds
will,
like Jolly Saver meals.
yeah, it's like
Something you
um,
would think of Jollibee.
well, for some they can, they can learn like just watching the
Mm-hmm.
video.
Mm-hmm. Hey everyone,
Welcome to Outsourcing and More with
Penny and
Francis. We're glad you're listening because we've got a lot to talk about: business, tech, investments, business mobile apps, web platforms, and all the latest trends in the outsourcing industry and more.
we'll give you tips, insights, and strategies on how to navigate the world of entrepreneurship and the gig economy.
So if you own a business, whether it's big or small,
A brand new startup,
or you're part of the huge outsourcing community as a tech professional, a VA, or an employer,
better start subscribing because this is the podcast for you.
so let's start achieving more.
Jan, hello and welcome to Outsourcing and More. My name is Francis.
And my name is Penny. So this is part two of our VA discussion, virtual assistance discussion, and we are going to be discussing what goes into training a VA, training a virtual assistant, and what parts are included in training, how to help someone who's aspiring to be a VA be very to get the essential skills
Yes, and
and get clients.
and of course we cannot do this talk of ours without our guest, the fabulous Richie, who has been with us from our first episode to talk about all things VA. Richie, welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hello.
So, um, for today's topic, like Penny mentioned, we are going to talk about all things VA training. So you have a lot of experience from your own company training VAs. But can you give us like a quick background again before we jump into that? What made you put up your own company that became this
Mm-hmm.
amazing livelihood for a lot of our compadres?
Fellow
Yeah.
Filipinos.
All right. Well, basically, I already have my agency in 2012, but it is still inside a job site platform.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, everyone knows about Upwork
Yeah.
or Odesk before. I started with Odesk. And then I started doing the training way back in, way back, the word again, way back in 2017, 2018.
Okay.
Around that time, there are a lot, actually, since I started in 2010, around 2011, there are, quite few people, especially, relatives, friends who really would like to also try. The term before was still working from home,
Yeah.
not yet virtual assistant, not yet freelancer. So they would like to be, taught how to become a work from home individual. So I started training one by one individually, and then 2017. Uh, there are already groups. There are
Mm-hmm.
already um, what do you call that? That there are already things that you can actually communicate in your social media, wherein you can actually do Facebook Live,
Yeah.
YouTube Live, wherein that's actually one of the things that I did. I am training. I'm allotting an hour. Once day a week. I believe I started with Tuesday, and then I started, giving information that you can actually work from home, you can actually provide services to clients. So from there, I started with seven. mommy scholars. I started with women.
Mm-hmm.
I started training them, and I provided them with internship in
Okay.
my agency. So that is where I started providing training, and then from there, I made a specific. I don't know if you will call it curriculum, but my kind of training is out workshop type. It's
Okay.
an output based training. Each skills that I am teaching, they have to provide an assignment.
Okay.
For English communication, there is a performance task.
Oh,
They
wow.
need to do an actual customer service. They need to do an actual appointment setting. And for the
Like a mock
interview and
call?
discovery, yes,
Mm-hmm.
for interview and discovery call part, they need to do a mock discovery call
Okay.
with me. We're having a role play.
Okay.
That way, I am very, positive that if they graduated, all of the skills are graded.
Okay.
All of the assignments are graded. I am actually having a graduation each and every batch wherein I am really awarding those who excelled in chatbot, those who excelled in social media
Mm-hmm.
content, those who excelled in photo and video editing, those who excelled in English communication. So I am very positive that if even if I'm not able to hire them because there will be no opening yet in my company, they will go a long way.
Okay.
I still have this record like out of 30 because I'm only handling 30 students per batch.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, per batch.
80% of that is already
Per batch. Yeah.
per
That's a
batch,
lot of
yes.
that's a
And I
lot of
only have
students.
30 person and I'm only having like
Are
two
you the
Do
batch.
only
you have like
trainer,
assistants who
or do you
join
have?
you with the
Yeah.
training? Like subject matter experts or
Um,
coaches maybe?
Before I'm only handling it alone
Mm-hmm.
during my first and 2 years coaching. But then with the general virtual assistance workshop alone, I already invited someone. Say for example, the creatives. Since I
Mm-hmm.
already have a very excellent graduate who's handling my creatives for me, I asked him to actually be a coach of that
I
specific
see.
skills. And right now, I actually reorganized the workshop itself. I invited different coaches for each topic. Someone will discuss about email marketing. Someone will be discussing about um, chatbot. Someone will be discussing about Facebook ads. Um, all of those in just one workshop. And I am training them interactively. What do I mean by that? There's a live class.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually a format that I would say very workable
Mm-hmm.
because this is being a virtual assistant. You should have the skills.
Mm-hmm.
You should have check. This is why I don't believe those 149ers courses out there.
149er.
Sorry.
Like
Yeah,
a
I've
like
seen a lot
recorded
of
recorded
Oh,
modules
Jolly
yeah,
on
Say.
yeah.
wherein
Okay.
you
It sounds
will
like Jolly Saver meals.
yeah, it's like
Something you
um
would think of
well,
Jollibee.
for some they can they can learn like just watching the
Mm-hmm.
video,
Mm-hmm.
but I myself as a trainer, I would like to see if my students are learning. That's why I
Okay.
only want 30 students because I am teaching them. I am grading their output. I want
Okay.
to see if this particular graduate will be handed in with his or her client,
Mm-hmm.
will he be or she be able to actually provide a top notch service?
Yeah.
That's actually the program of my workshop of my training.
So I really do appreciate that. Gives a very, very detailed explanation of your training process. And I love how it sounds like you've almost patented the approach, Pen.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, like, here's the information. And it's true. Like when you said like the 149er training programs, you do get to spit out that information. It's there. Like, this is what you do, this is what you do, this is what you do. But that does that ensure the transfer of skills? And you do that. You do that. So do you would you say that you've put it down like as a standard process with your training, or do you still improve it? Do you still have upskilling or moving forward? Do you have like
A
a one?
continuous, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, very good, very good question. Well, I do have, just like what I have mentioned in the previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
What I actually did with the training that I am doing is that this is General Virtual Assistance
Mm-hmm.
Mastery Class Workshop. You are going to actually know what are the skills that you need to have for you to be able to actually provide a service to your client.
Mm-hmm.
And then there is an upskilling, which I am not the one handling it. Say, for example, we have e commerce
Mm-hmm.
handling Amazon and eBay.
Okay.
And then we also have e commerce doing the
Shopify.
Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
Because virtual assistance has a lot of different branches, I would say. Real estate VA is included in my general virtual assistance workshop. I also have this recent program that we just launched. It's TikTok marketing management, because there's also an assigned VA specifically for that.
Okay.
So we also have VA bookkeeping and accounting services. So that's different thing, and that's the one I hate the most. I actually
Um,
tried
um,
to enroll in that, and I dropped on the second day.
okay. I'm gonna cut in
I
just a
remember.
little bit. I'm just gonna cut in just a little bit because you get TikTok management. So it's not social media. You have social media, and then you have something very specific for TikTok. Is it because of like all the dancing?
Oh, it's marketing management. It's also e-commerce,
Mm-hmm.
because there is actually this specific on TikTok wherein you can actually sell your products.
Oh,
You have
TikTok shop.
affiliate,
Okay, I get it. I get
yeah, TikTok shop,
it.
I see.
affiliate. That's actually part of affiliate marketing,
Yeah.
drop
Mm-hmm.
shipping, and everything. Yeah, so um, it's very broad. So that's why there is a, what do you call that?
A different.
General entry,
Okay.
yeah, to virtual assistants. And then if you would like to really specialize in a certain virtual services, then
Mm-hmm.
there is an upskilling thing.
So you do provide the upskill, but it's you are not the one that's doing the training for it.
No, that's not my thing. I
I
am
see.
just
For the general
I
VA.
can, I can train with my eyes closed if it's about general virtual assistance, how I can introduce them to that specific skill. But if it's about mastery, especially Facebook ads, email marketing, that's not my expertise. And I don't want to be called sorry, I don't want to be called expert. I don't want to be called, if I am seeing someone that I'm actually an expert in like this, there's no such perfection and expertise in every field. You have to progress, you have to develop yourself each and every time. You
Okay,
cannot put you cannot sit a throne with, you,
And say that you're the
yeah,
expert and the
anyway,
guru and all that.
right.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't really like personally. I don't call myself expert or guru. I just
You
call
just call
myself
yourself perfect.
perfect.
I know. See, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
That was so good. That was so good. But and I no,
I like how
our
psychic
producer
we are,
reacted.
even though you're like miles away. But
Yes, you're
anyway,
so
go ahead. Go
insane.
ahead. Yeah, yeah.
No, but I was gonna say I like that idea. I like actually that you said nobody's an expert and that you don't actually try to claim it. I think that kind of goes the same with us, Penny, and
Yeah.
like some of our recent philosophies in life. Like, I can train you in tech support. eyes closed, bar none. I can, we can do a discovery call easy. But there's just several aspects of things that neither you should claim expertise on. And I appreciate you saying that. So going back to sorry, going back to I'm sorry, I'm still bummed out of my mind. Um you said regarding the continuous training, your team provides it. Are, and this is just a personal question. It could possibly be I know, but have you sort of like like does it count as certification when you train them in those upskill? Like is that something that they can put on their
And their
they can put
resume.
that on their resume? Yeah.
Yeah, my certificates are actually uploadable. They can upload
Wow.
it in job sites
And
platform
LinkedIn.
like
Yeah.
Upwork and onlinejobs.ph.
Wow.
And also, they will be earning a badge that has certification of what they have completed. Like if it's
Yeah.
a GVA, if it's e-commerce VA, we are releasing a badge, a specialized badge. They can put it in their resume,
They can put
and
it on their sash.
no, just on the certificate, and even the awards that they
That they
they
got
they
during the
had
training. Yeah.
that they got. Like, so someone who's if say they, for example, if they are, I also have an honor roll. This is my favorite part. They have grades, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Also, one of the uniqueness of the workshop
Mm-hmm.
with my academy is that they can actually request a transcript of records that they
Oh wow.
can actually submit
To their client.
to not just clients, but also, yeah, because most of the clients nowadays,
Mm-hmm.
if they really would like their VA to be developed, they will be asking them to, hey, you would like to enroll so that you would like to
Like
develop your skills like this,
wow.
blah blah blah. And they can request a transcript of records. But physically, locally here in the Philippines, we have VAs who are actually professionals, meaning to say they have PRC license, say
Mm-hmm.
engineers,
Mm-hmm.
accountants,
Yeah.
or yeah, doctors. They can actually have that transcript of records. Say they are not practicing, but they would like to keep their license.
Mm-hmm.
They can actually submit that transcript of records to PRC, and it will be added to their PDC points.
So
CPD,
you're
sorry,
the
CPD.
certification. It's like how do you say like it's I mean it's
Very
I don't want to say
formalized.
bogus.
Uh, uh
Is it formal like I mean it's an actual certificate taught by an actual master. And I'm just saying I'm asking because I'm mind blown. Like of course, people can
Mm-hmm.
always say like
here's the
after
certificate
after
after a
attending you can
class.
create a
Yeah.
certificate, but your certificate is legit and that's
Yes.
that's that's amazing.
It's actually supported because, like what I have said, it is not just a course. It's actually a workshop. It's like you attended a
Mm-hmm.
university. Your assignments, your theses, is being graded, and actually the school has its records. It's very strict, especially with the PRC, because what they are requesting is not just the grade, but the duration of the workshop,
Okay.
which I think that's the question of Penny a while
Mm-hmm.
ago. it
Yeah.
it will take them like 1 to 2 months for them to complete. Sometimes it's more than 2 months, simply because they need to submit their output. And since most of these people, they are still working, or probably they are solo parent, they have to take
Mm-hmm.
care of their kids, so it take them long to submit an assignment. So some of those
So it does.
situation. But going back to the PRC, what they are requesting for the additional CPD points for these people to actually keep their license is the duration of the workshop, the grades, and who are these people. Who are the classmates, or the batch,
Mm-hmm.
and then what are the modules being taught on that specific workshop. So those are actually documented, and
Mm-hmm.
um, I remember the first one who actually requested this is an engineer, EC. EE, if I'm not mistaken, electronic communications engineer, and she was added with 55 additional CPD points. Will keep her license for 2 to 3 years
Wow.
without her
Ah,
practicing ECE,
I
just being a VA.
I am just amazed about how you've structured your training, your workshop.
your
Yeah, and even
training.
up until the
Yeah.
certification. So if and we kind of mentioned this earlier, the 149ers, right? So if I was an aspiring VA, what are the red flags that I should be looking out for when it comes to trying to find, someone to train me, or trying to find a training program for VAs?
Or on a positive note, on a green flag.
I
Red
think
flags
I
and green
what
should.
should I
flags.
what should I be looking for as well? I mean, I think it would be great to
Yep.
answer both, because by saying green flags, you don't necessarily know what red flags to avoid. But so
Mm-hmm.
if, like what Penny said, if I am a VA, I am aspiring VA.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of training should I be watching out for, and what red flags to avoid?
All right. So let's do the green flags
Yep.
first. I would say if I am an aspiring VA, I would look for the course module.
Okay.
There are let's weigh in green flags, red flags. There are actually red flags. If they is just very very what's the term, extravagant title, as if it's too good to be true for
It's all
149 pesos,
marketing. Yeah.
right? And
Mm-mm.
while there are
Rockstar VA.
yeah, too good to
Become
be
a
true,
rockstar VA in 20
right?
minutes.
If you can, you might want to actually check out what would be the outline of the course or the workshop.
Hmm.
That would be the
Okay.
best. And then check out, will it be recorded or will
Okay.
it be interactive? Because one way or another, you have to also check out if this specific course will be working for you.
Okay.
Because if you are the type of person who can act, if you cannot focus, just like myself, I am really not able to focus to just videos. I want to make sure that whenever I am watching a tutorial,
Hmm.
I will be writing it, or else my mind is everywhere. I'm not really focusing. So learning by videos will not work for me. So green flags, I would say, is the course or the workshop outline. Second is the method of training. And then of course the output, how many actually already um, what graduated or become successful out of this academy. All right. So hype is always a hype. I've been seeing a lot, especially on TikTok, on Reels, that this specific workshop is actually working. But I think one thing also is you yourself. You have to gauge yourself. How much time and effort are you really going to invest in this workshop or course outline or course that you would like to enroll? Because the biggest red flag is you being not committed to that workshop that you're enrolling
Oh,
Like a whiplash.
because whatever course,
yeah.
how
No, I can't do like a proper mind blow.
um this is always my thinking. The course, the value of it, the workshop, but the value of it. I always tell this to my students. I can teach you everything that I know, but without you actually putting it, taking action about it, applying it, then there will be no really output. However, I can do a somersault just training you how to
How to do,
to
yeah.
actually do this. Give you all the strategies that I have. I can show you all the recordings I have on how I close a client, but
Yeah.
without you really doing it, without
Without
having the
trying.
proper mindset
Yeah.
that you can actually do it,
Nothing's gonna
Everything
happen.
will be nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing will gonna
yeah,
happen.
I absolutely agree. It really comes down to the person, and I've always believed that you can't really change a person. They need to want to change
Mhm.
and improve. So I definitely get that mindset thing when
There's
it
one
comes to VA.
situation I would like to
Mm.
to share actually. There's one student who actually enrolled in my class,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like already 2 months, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
already asking for their assignment so
Mm-hmm.
that I can already schedule the graduation.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's one student who actually messaged, "Why do I need to submit assignment? Why do I need to actually give output? Why can't you just release my certificate?"
Wow.
And then I told her, "Have you ever attended the class? Were you not able to listen? And were you not able to actually watch
Mm.
my promotion that if there is no output, no certificate, no graduation?"
And
And
what? How
then
did they
she told
respond? Yeah,
me, "I already paid. Why not just release my
certificate.
certificate?" And then I told
Oh my god,
her,
I
and then
this is so much gossip.
and then I told her, "Okay, I will refund you.
Mm-hmm.
Just be out of my group." If you don't want to
Because
submit my,
I
if you don't want to submit your assignment, I don't want to put my seal on your
exactly,
certificate.
exactly, it's gonna come
You
back to you.
applying with
Yeah.
my seal on it? No,
Mm.
no, no.
No, no, no.
I refunded her, and after I refunded her,
Mm-hmm.
I kicked her out of the group.
Yeah,
I love that. It's both sassy and had principle, and
I mean,
you know.
let's face it.
Do you
Some
get to practice the
some like
sass?
trainings, and this is going to be controversial, but there are some trainings that are just out there. Of course, it is business, right? It is like doing training, coaching, and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It is business, right? But I mean, I love the story of yours because it just shows that you do care about, the people that are graduating from your training, and
Yeah.
that you also like the integrity from that story is like, thank you for doing that. That girl might not have
Yeah.
liked what happened, but then look, I mean, in hindsight,
I mean, she would have been a
yeah,
match with the 149
Yes,
course. If the 149 course
yeah,
gave out
yeah,
certificates,
true,
but
true.
probably not.
very true.
You have a business that doesn't care whether they
Mm,
actually train, and then a trainee who doesn't actually care if they
Yeah,
learn.
I am
So,
starting actually a class, even if they are just 5 or 10.
5 or 10.
It's because
The
the
eagerness to
output is
really
always what is important for me.
nice.
That's what I always believe in since I started training.
So
I'm
I
not. I
wanna.
don't want to be called
I like that.
coaching. I don't want to be called coach because feel, my feel is that I'm not. I'm not. A basketball player. I'm not a volleyball player.
Oh wait, I know.
Teacher.
Titser.
I don't want to be called ma'am as well. Just mommy Richie. I'll be a
I mean, yeah, yeah,
trainer. I'll
yeah.
be
I
training
know
you.
his mommy Richie too.
I'll be training based on my experience
Experience.
and on the knowledge I have in this, with the length of experience I have in the industry. But I will not teach you based on expertise because, again, I'm not an expert.
At what point do you tell your students that they're now ready to go ahead and find clients
Uh,
and leave the
And
nest?
leave
that's
the nest.
actually that's actually part of the training.
Mm-hmm.
The second stage is the skills training, and then the third stage is client acquisition
Okay.
program. So meaning to say that whether they like it or not, they
Mm-hmm.
have to actually get out there and get their own client. And
Okay.
if there is an opening in my agency, they are the priority.
Do they like show
Most
you
of
how many people they've kind of reached out to say that they offer VA services? Like, is that
we
part of
have
your training or just the?
yeah.
Okay.
After graduation, we have 7 days client acquisition challenge.
Oh
So
wow.
every step of the way, I am monitoring them. And then, but here's the case. In each and every batch that I am teaching,
Mm-hmm.
there are people who can't actually graduate because they already have a client. And they cannot
Wait, they
Yeah,
can't
They said
graduate?
because
to do the
it's an
output.
output based. Yeah, it's an output based workshop. The reason they cannot do the assignment anymore is because they already have a client. Sometimes two, sometimes three, and
Wow.
then they
Yeah, but so they've kind of already proven
Yeah,
that
that's
they
why.
have their
right.
clients. I'm not trying to be
Yes,
cheeky. I'm not trying to be
but they
cheeky there, but
are
or maybe
required.
just get the client, just do the assignment, get the client, and then tell the client, "I'm sorry, I changed my
But
mind." It's like ego.
I actually told them, okay, whenever you are time, just finish all the assignments, and
Mhm.
then I'll be providing you the certificate. So that's it. And um, they will be deferred in the next batch. Sometimes, yeah, that's
Mm.
what I do. Especially those who cannot complete the assignments in their specific batch.
Mhm.
Say for example, they had personal issues and all. They are always welcome to finish their workshop in the next
And then
batch
wow, that's
without re-enrolling
Right. And there's a hint of compassion for your
because I'm a
enrollees as
mom.
well, like considering
that's why she's called Mommy Richie.
yeah.
Yes, that's why I wanna be called Mommy Richie.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think I want to say, going back, remember, during the first
Mm.
part of our conversation, we actually talked about
Mhm.
evolving trends, and considering that training is also something that is consistently evolving. Uh, how have you mentioned that you have made sure that AI is but what do you say is the impact of AI in the VA industry as a whole? Like in your case, like even during with your company
Mm-hmm.
and your training, how are you aiming to, if you haven't already, incorporate that as part of the embrace
All
the
right,
AI?
that's a very good question. With regards to the training, and I
Thank you
feel like
so
a beauty
much.
queen every time you're,
Popping up a question.
giving out your
Yeah.
question. Yeah. All right. So, with regards to the training that I have, we
Mm.
incorporate different AI applicable to that specific skill. That's why I
Mm.
actually,
So it's already embedded
with
in
this,
the
yeah,
module. Yeah.
with this upcoming workshop, we
Mhm.
called it advanced because I have hired different coaches. So, to actually
Teach.
train them in that specific skill, including the latest AI to be used. And that idea alone, I
Mhm.
also upgraded my offer with my clients and with my existing clients
Mhm.
and upcoming clients. You have to really be adaptable with the changes. So even with our company offer,
Mhm.
AI is already included in
Nice.
with all the
Ah.
because what I do offer in my company is customized digital and telemarketing solution. So I have to really make sure that the latest tool
Mhm.
could actually help out my client.
Actually, this entire conversation has like given me so many ideas because okay the reason why I'm saying the reason why I'm saying that is of course we've also done training for tech support, right? So we are, there's a certain part of our company that's also VA, but that we're starting, which I think I mentioned to you in one of our conversations. But anyway, the training that we usually do, I absolutely understand like the workshop format, like there has to be output because we have had clients before that they're all self-guided and it has never worked for any of the people that we have. So I get the
Mm-hmm.
workshop thing and everything, and then of course the certification and even having the grades and everything. It's a format that I haven't really come across even in the classes
Mm-hmm.
that I've had, and you know how I'm a hoarder of seminars and classes and different things, not just one, like not just sales or not just tech support. But anyway, it's a format that I haven't really come across yet with an actual grade. Certificates, yes, but
Mm-hmm.
grades and everything not.
Yeah, but there's also a lot of seminars that just have to sit
Right.
through the entire seminar. You get a
Yeah,
certificate.
exactly.
It's kind of like one of those certificates that I thought, not necessary. It's not bogus, but it's not bogus, but
There's no proof that you
there's
actually
no
learn.
proof. You could just you could
Yeah.
have sat through it. You could have slept through it. You could have slept through the entire uh through the entire seminar,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
looked at your phone and just get the certificate afterwards. It feels
Yeah.
like your client story where because I paid for it, you can demand. When in reality all she wanted was
The
the certificate
certificate.
for
Yeah.
the PRC points, which is you know but
Mhm.
yes, that's, I suppose that's what my
That's
concern
actually
is.
that's actually the business. How do you call it? Business process outline of my company in terms of recruitment. I don't
Hmm.
hire outside,
Ah, you only hire
not
from your
unless we
class.
really run out of
uh
manpower
I
so you
see.
let
pooling.
them inside
Uh,
first.
yes, the manpower pooling priority came from the
Mm.
graduates of Bududuno.
Right,
Why? Because I already
right,
trained them.
Yeah.
I
And
know
you're
what's
sure
their
about
right.
output like.
And
their
you know
quality.
Right.
what their
So,
ethic is like as well, because you've had a chance to train
exact,
them. So
Yeah.
wait, I'm just, so it's
exactly.
not naman never hire from outside. It's more like as much as possible.
Priorities is actually coming from the graduates or alumnus of my academy. The only thing that I hired outside, if say for example this specific client needs like 100, I don't
Hmm.
have 100 of the same skill, then I have
Okay.
to go outside and
And
post
try to.
for a
Yeah.
hiring. That's why I don't usually join job what do you call that,
Job
Fairs.
fairs?
job fair.
Yeah.
Because I don't have any job to offer because it's already inside,
Yeah.
or it's already an internal hiring per se.
But you have
Okay.
considered it. I mean, you mentioned it.
Yes.
Like, have people approached you about that?
Yeah. Say for example, the one the story about the
Yeah.
accounting or the finance department had. I had people. They also graduate from my
From your
academy
class. Wow.
because I have bookkeeping and accounting class. Remember, so my the person that I got is actually the first
Graduate
the
of your
top,
accounting.
yeah,
Oh
the
yeah.
top place.
Okay.
You know what? I just want to say, Mommy Richie. I'm not used to calling you Mommy Richie, but you know what? What I will say is that kudos to you. I think your training and how you look at it and how you look at the actual model from from training up until trying to place to give them a job through your agency, right? Is I think it's very well thought out. Apart from what we did say
Yeah.
earlier, we absolutely admire the integrity that you have with your training as well, that you're just not out to give out certificates, right? You really want these people to learn something and to get a client afterwards, like really get a job afterwards. And so I'm just gonna say kudos to you. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for
Kudo.
doing this. Like
Thank you.
this is
Uh,
like creating jobs, right? We are creating jobs for fellow Filipinos, and
yes.
so yeah,
And
just
Mhm.
just
that's
kudos
the
to you.
goal. And that's the goal. And I love that I
Right.
got to hear about that. And maybe for future entrepreneurs who want to pattern a business model that is both compassionate and with the aim of
Mm.
success in mind. So just
Mm-hmm.
to you guys out there, this is how you put out a training program. Very mindful,
Yeah.
very demure. But I was gonna say, having said that, that is uh, I'm gonna say it. Thank you, Richie. It just so thankful to have you with us, and because this signals a wrap for today's episode of Outsourcing and More.
Right.
That's, we hope you enjoyed it. I will say so.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I did. Really, this is one of those podcasts that I guested were in. I wasn't really able to speak out. this is just very natural. This is just like
Very
more of a
conversational.
heart to heart
And I'm
conversation.
pretty sure we made you laugh a couple of times
I
during
think I
the past two
hope.
episodes.
I
Yeah,
already
that's
have
just
this. Um,
The sword
I'm
yeah,
having a lockjaw.
a lockjaw.
because of all the laughter. But yeah, that's how we are.
That's just how we
But thank
roll.
you thank you so much for
I
gracing
really
us with your
enjoyed
presence.
this guesting. Thank you
Right.
so much for the opportunity.
Okay,
But
so for you out there, if you have any questions for us, for Richie, or if questions about this episode, you can always email us at oam@virtualsolutionsos.com. Again, that's oam@virtualsolutionsos.com.
and
And
if you
if you
liked our
haven't,
episode, if you like the episode, please hit that subscribe button. We are on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Buzzsprout, and YouTube. Don't forget to leave us a rating and review. Give comments. Your feedbacks help us improve and reach more listeners like you. We take comments and improvements. We know we're perfect, but we try. But thanks for tuning in. See you next time. This has been
see you.
Francis.
And my name is Penny.
See
See
you
you
in
in the next
outfit.
episode.
Bye.
Subscribe to our podcast.
We also have a YouTube channel where you can see the faces behind the voices.
You can also find Virtual Solutions on Facebook and LinkedIn.
And if you've got a topic you've been wanting to learn about, let us know by sending us an email at
oam@virtualsolutionsos.com. Again, it's oam@virtualsolutionsos.com.
see you in the next episode.
Goodbye.
Bye.